What I'd like to do first of all, guys, is I'd like to just welcome you to this hangout. My intention here is basically is to give you some value. All right, not just some value. My intention is to give you lots and lots of value tonight, so that you can apply some of the strategies, some of the ideas. Start playing around with it at least, right? Start doing something in your business to move your business to the next level. When I got started in this industry, and for those of you guys who don't know me, if you're like on here, got invited by somebody, or if I invited you here, or somebody else from Big Idea Mastermind invited you, and you are wondering what is this all about, right? Well, there is nothing. My intention is not necessarily to sell you anything here on this hangout. My intention is to get you a lot of value and to share with you, really just to hang out, right? And share with you some ideas, some strategies, some things that personally have worked really, really well for me in my business. You can test them for yourself, see if it's going to work for you, see if you can take some of the ideas and see how you can apply it to your business, see how you can tweak them to your marketing, to whatever you're doing out there, and go out there and hopefully take that step closer to your ultimate destination, right? Ultimately where you want to be at. All right, so here's the amateur's funnel, okay? Amateur marketer's funnel. There's three, okay? Trust me, you don't want to be here. Okay, this funnel right here, basically what people are doing is they're just getting traffic to their offer. So if you're promoting Power Network, if you're promoting, ClickBank stuff, if you're promoting whatever else that you might be promoting out there, right? People just spend money, right, to get traffic, and they're just sending that traffic straight to the sales page. Straight to the sales page, all right, without capturing leads. And I know that you might not be doing this particular mistake, but I see there's a lot of people doing this. Okay, so you don't want to do this. This is one of the worst funnels you can ever have. This is one of the worst things you can do for your business, bar none. Okay, don't do this. Here is the typical marketer's funnel. Okay, we'll just call it typical marketer's funnel. This is where I see a lot of people, let's say majority of people in our community, this is where they're floating. Okay, they are in the typical marketer's funnel. And when they do income disclaimers, right, they say results are not typical, right? And you know what my income disclaimer is? When people say, well, Vic, you're making a lot of money, is that, I say, listen, my results are not typical because I do things that typical people don't do. Okay, and if you're here, you might be in this category, but if you're doing this, you are also typical. Okay, and typical people make or earn typical incomes, which is usually very, very little or almost nothing. Okay, what they're doing here is getting traffic to their landing page, which is a little bit better. Right, a little bit better, and then they're sending them, as soon as they opt in, they're sending that opt-in or that visitor over to the offer page. Okay, and offer can be whatever it is that they're promoting. Okay, now what happens here, and this is where pretty much everything ends. Okay, what I'm going to suggest you focus on and see if you can master this, and what we can do here is over the next couple hangouts or whatever, if you guys want, let me know. We might actually go in and we can actually break this down. But here's how I try to set my funnels up. Okay, and this is what pro marketers are doing. People, I'm talking about people who are making a lot of money. All right, they send traffic to the, not necessarily, it's a landing page. Okay, hopefully you guys can see my cursor here. It's still a landing page, but it's totally different approach. Remember, I told you that first that every little thing matters, right? Your approach to marketing matters. Are you promoting a landing page or are you promoting a lead magnet? Are you promoting something that that catches their attention, right? Pay attention here. Because I'm going to explain this to you, and I think if you try this, I'm not going to make any promises, any guarantees, but I think if you try this approach, you should be able to triple or, you know, even 10x your income. Okay, hold on one sec. Here is what and I discovered this. Really, it was, you know, 2010ish when I started to really utilize this particular funnel in my business. Lead magnet. This can be a whole, you know, a separate hangout just talking about how do you structure a lead magnet, how do you different styles, different types, different different approaches, different hooks, and all that good stuff. Consider this. Consider marketing is like fishing, right? And it might be a bad example, but for lack of a better example, let's just stick with this one, right? Consider marketing as like fishing, and so there's different types of fish. It will bite on different, a different bait, right? You have to use different bait for different types of fish. So if you want to, catch some pike, whatever, you got to use a certain bait. If you want to catch, a bass or something else, that normally there's something different you need to put in front of them, right? In our business, people are going to enter your funnel based on this right here. A lot of times, okay, 99.9% of the time is your lead magnet, okay, what you put in front of them. And there is a difference, my friend, I want you to pay attention. There is a big difference where you are promoting. If you are promoting on pay-per-view, okay, your lead magnet will not be the same as if you are promoting on pay-per-click marketing on Facebook, okay? If you are promoting on, through email marketing, your lead magnet might not necessarily be the same as if you were to promote on, let's say, CPA network, okay? And so we're going to get into this, and everything's going to make sense to you, okay? I just want this is going to be some little bit more advanced stuff we're going to talk about, and then we're going to get into the traffic, okay? But it's this lead magnet right here, okay? As soon as they opt in to get this lead magnet, it can be a report, can be a video, can be something for free, okay? Then I want to enter them in this. I want to put them in this bucket right here, okay? And I call this value sequence or bonding and trust, okay? And essentially, what happens here is before you ask people for a sale, and I tested this both ways, okay? I was testing this over the last 3 years full time, you can say, okay? I was running my offers with this bucket right here, okay? Value sequence and bonding and trust. About let's see, today is 2013. I'd say before 2010, right? I was running my offers without this bucket right here, okay? My income was when I implemented this step, okay? This step right over here, value and bonding and trust, my income went up almost 10 times. Okay, in other words, from about 300,000, 400,000 a year to over 4 million a year. Okay, just because of that. Now the question is, how do you structure that, right? How do you position that? And it's actually very, very simple. I'm going to explain to you in a minute how that works, okay? But they go through your value sequence and bonding and trust bucket over here, and then they get to the offer, okay? That's when they see the offer. And of course, the offer is a standard thing. Whatever you're promoting is a front end, okay? They might buy, they might not buy over here, which is fine. If they do buy, they go to a back end, some kind of higher value stuff, right? People call them upsells, and really the big money is going to be here, okay? Big money is not going to be necessarily in the on the front end, okay? The big money is going to come from the back end most of the time, okay? Like if I look at my Empower Network earnings, my front end, the $25 blogging sales, right? That stuff is not, I mean, it's not nearly as significant as this stuff on the back. Okay, master's course and 15K formula and all the other products that bring, you know, tremendously bigger and you know, higher value to the customer. Okay, so but this is totally optional, obviously. And then, my friends, this is something else that I started to implement, and I started to notice that, you know, not only do you make more money, which is nice, right? But you get people who want to buy pretty much anything you offer, okay, as long as it's, you know, it's of a benefit to them, okay? And I call this step transformation and transcendence. Very, very, very few marketers understand this, let alone do it, okay? Again, over the next couple, you know, hangouts, I don't have a problem, you know, going into the more details on this kind of stuff right here, because I think it's going to really, really help you. Right now, I want to give you a bird's eye view, okay? And we're going to get into some specific traffic, advanced traffic strategies and ideas. Then we can come back, because this is advanced stuff, okay? This stuff right here, if you're doing this properly, okay, this is where you are getting your income into, you know, 50,000, 60, 70,000 per month, okay, 100,000 plus per month, okay? The idea here is, regardless, okay, if people buy this stuff or not, if they buy, great. If they don't buy, great. As long as they are in your funnel, okay, when they entered your funnel, okay, your focus, see, you start from the, you work your way from the you know, you start with an end goal in mind, okay? So right here, you start with the blue box, okay? As a marketer, I believe that before you can start putting out your lead magnets, you have to get very, very, very clear. And if you're paying attention, you might want to write this down, okay? Again, you know, whether you do or not, I don't care. You know, it doesn't matter. But how I do personally, how I do my marketing, and how I'm able to sustain the level of success is that before every single campaign, when I do a campaign, okay, when I create a landing page, when I put this lead magnet out, okay, when I start running campaigns, whatever, I start running that with the blue square in mind. Specifically, what I mean by that? Well, my intention is not to get a sale on the green box here. My intention is, how can I transform somebody's life? How can I play a small part? Okay, how can I be a small part in helping that person, that customer, become the best version of themselves and get the result that they want? All right. Now, when you do that, you know, you got to understand that the 80-20 principle applies to everything. Okay, there is 80-20 rule, says, you know, 80% of people will not do anything, doesn't matter. Listen, you give them, you know, you give them gold and they'll still complain. You know, they'll say, you know, I want 2 bars of gold. You know, you only gave me 1, I wanted 2 for free. You know what I mean? I mean, there's just people like that, and it's about 80% of them, right? Believe it or not. You know, there is 20% of people who will say, okay, that's a great idea, and they get fired up about it, right? And they're actually going to start doing something about it, but then it's just like on a surface level, and you know, they're going to be, you know, they'll have this shiny ball syndrome, and then something else is going to come across, you know, come along, and they'll just jump on the other thing, right? And then you know, and then they can jump back with you again, and just kind of go back and forth, and you know, seems like they're doing something, right? But they're getting very little results. Okay, it's about 20% of those people, and then there's a group that's 20% of the 20%. That's about 4%ers club. All right, those people will say, you know what, Vic? You know what, John? You know what, Jill? You know what, Mary? I want to be getting this. I want to get this working. I'm gonna do whatever I